Hi, everyone. Welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC Live broadcast. Hang on, let me get that out of the way. Welcome. Okay. And my name is Paul, and this is episode 65, and the date is June 12th, 2018. And the title of this episode is, again, What Does Eliminating Poverty Look Like? Okay, TBC stands for the Billion Coin. The Billion Coin is a cryptocurrency that came out 2 years ago. And all it's been doing since it's come out is growing and getting stronger and better every day. And the difference between the Billion Coin and Bitcoin and all the other coins that are on a coin market cap is that our coin is not on a coin market cap. So the reason we decided not to do that was because we had a mission behind our coin. And in order to accomplish that mission, we needed to have some control over who purchased our coin and so forth. The other cryptocurrencies that are on a trading market can be manipulated in their price to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Anyone can purchase them. If the wealthy wanted to purchase them all up, they could, which they do, which we saw them do last year towards the end of the year. And it raised the price of Bitcoin almost up to 20,000, okay, and per coin. And then they sold, okay, which is called dump. It's called the pump and dump. They sold, and they sold their own coins, and that lowered the price. Panic set in. People lost their coins. People sold their coins to try not to lose their initial investment or save as much as they could with those investments. Just like a stock market, just like any market does, okay? And the coin went down to somewhere below 5,000. So I think somewhere in February, within just a couple of months. And then it slowly has gone back up to 7, 8, 9,000 and floating around there. I haven't looked for a few days, so I don't know what the price is. Because my Bitcoin, I just hold on to it. I don't play games with it. I just put it in my wallet because I know that 12 months from now, it's going to be worth more than it is today. So, and that's the same way it is with any merchants, retailers, and service providers, business people, establishments who are accepting Bitcoin right now. They pretty much don't need to turn around and use it, so they don't have to worry about, well, tomorrow it might be worth less than what I took for it today. So they just put it in their wallets and let it sit there, okay, because they have enough cash flow to take care of their business. But that also limits the coin, see, and limits the ability to use the coin everywhere, worldwide, because the transactions cannot go as fast through the blockchain platform as digital currency can. Okay, the digital fiat currency that we are all on, well, we're all on it, I think, except Venezuela. I'm still not sure whether that coin is a digital coin or if it's an actual blockchain platform coin. But all countries are using fiat currency except China and Russia. They have put their yuan and their ruble back on gold. But here in America, in most places, the euro, obviously, the European countries, and the US dollar / Federal Reserve note is all worthless. It's not backed by anything. But because we can just use a Visa or a MasterCard, a piece of plastic, and electricity, bam, they can do transactions like 2,000 per second compared to Bitcoin, which can do about 7 to 10 per second. So that's another problem with the old blockchain 1.0. We are migrating our membership 2 years later, today, to a brand new blockchain platform 2.0. Super fast, okay? It's supposed to be as fast as Visa and MasterCard. Okay, it's definitely going to be way faster than the coins that are still on the 1.0 blockchain platform, which most of them are. And that's another reason why we kept control of our coin, so that we could make changes for the better. Okay. So the blockchain platform obviously is completely decentralized. We have no control of that, but we have control of the wallets. Okay. And when we reach the maximum value of our coin, because it's built on an algorithm rather than just supply and demand or just proof of work or a trading market exchange, our coin always goes up in value. Every single day it goes up in value. It never goes down. So it will go up in value based on membership. When a person comes in, they go onto our site, they fill out a registration form with their name and their email address. And you will need to put a real email address, because you will get a couple of emails that you will need to open up and click on the confirmation links to set up your wallet, and it will set up your back office. So all that information is down below in the description of this video. And it costs nothing to do this, okay? And you can register and come in our community. But then you're going to get directed, when you hit those confirmation links, one of them is going to direct you to your back office. And you will see right away a set of 10 questions, okay? And these questions have a paragraph and then 2 available answers that you can choose from. One's true and one's false. But these 10 paragraphs are basically our mission statement. So what we require is for every person to come in and read that, so that they understand what they are joining. So they can make a decision by the time they get through those 10 questions, whether they want to be a part of our community or they don't. Okay? Because our mission is to eliminate global financial poverty. Okay? And that means that everybody will be abundant. Everyone will be abundant. No one will be poor. Okay, so there are people out there that may not be comfortable with that idea, simply because we as humans are naturally selfish and greedy. Okay, so we're looking for like-minded people that have overcome that to a point to where we really, really want to get behind something like ending starvation, disease caused by poverty, all of this oppression that's caused, and all the other things, the lack of education, the horrible infrastructures in these so-called second and third world countries. We want to end it all. We want everybody to have what this world has to offer them. Okay? And so in order to do that, we need to create freedom of the people. Freedom from what? Well, freedom from, obviously, the central banking system that has control over our monetary system. It's called the Federal Reserve here in America, or the Fed for short, right? It's a private bank. It has nothing to do with the government. It's a private bank that managed to become so powerful that it took over our government in 1913. And but our corrupt president, Woodrow Wilson, who had help from Teddy Roosevelt, signed into law the Federal Reserve Act 3 days after he got into office, and turned our monetary system over to the Federal Reserve, a private banking institute. Then they turned around and they lent the money back to the government with interest. This is how they control. So, of course, the government had no choice, but in order to pay off the interest alone, much less the original loan, they had to create income tax on the American people. So they created the IRS. Again, both of them, taking the money system away and the IRS for income taxes is both unconstitutional. But they didn't care. They don't care about the Constitution. If they had their way, they'd just burn it. And I'm talking about who? I'm talking about the central bankers. They have been around for centuries. Okay, it all started with the monarch systems. And it's what my ancestors on my father's side especially, well, both of them actually, but more so on my father's side, they go all the way back. Came over from Britain and Ireland to get their freedom from the monarchy. They didn't want just freedom of religion. They wanted freedom, period, all across the board. When they found out that this continent had been discovered, they came over and they settled on the East Coast. And slowly over the decades, moved west. Spaniards came over to the West Coast, right? So as we built America, we were determined to stay free. And the central banking system, who owned England, owned their politicians, owned their bank, owned everything, follows us over here, and they wanted to keep control. So we went to war. My ancestors went to war in the Revolutionary War. And they fought and they died to be free from that system. So my family on my father's side have been very patriotic since the beginning of this country. So I was raised with that, okay? And all of my family in the past were involved in the military. They served their country, okay? So we belong to all kinds of groups that have to do with patriotism. That's just to let you know where I have come from and how I was raised. So for many, many, many decades now, obviously, it's been straight since 1913. We have not lost or been able to get that power back from the central banking system. We haven't been able to do anything about it until now. And now we can do something about it because a person who calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto created the blockchain technology back in 2009. After the 2008 crash, he said, there's got to be something that we can do here because I've got this idea. And he created the blockchain technology and he said, okay, now I can create a coin, a private coin that has nothing to do with the banks. There's not going to be any third parties involved. It's just going to be peer-to-peer, from people to people, to transact. And I'm going to give it value because I'm only going to make 21 million coins. And there's 7.5 billion back then, 7.5 billion people in the world. So I'm only going to make 21 million. That should help this coin because it's going to be the first coin to go up in value as fast as possible and to become something. Not only that, but 2 years later in 2011, he stepped away from it because he wanted to give confidence to the miners and all the owners that he was not going to come in and change the plan. Okay, now time has gone by. It's now 2016. And the developers of our coin said, okay, we see what's going on out there. And it's good. These are options. All these cryptocurrencies are options to protect our current wealth that we all have tied up in the stock markets, IRAs, whatever, 401ks, and in fiat currency. Because if we don't have gold or silver, then we don't have anything of value to protect that wealth. And if that wealth is taken from us because it's not ours, oh yeah, we think we earned it, but it's still the central banking system's money. It's not yours. We haven't had our money since 1912. Okay, so he said, well, these creators, and it's a team effort. There's not just one. It's a bunch of creators got together to make the billion coin, TBC. Okay, and they said, well, we are not going to put it on a market, and we're going to control the distribution of the wealth of our coin, and we're going to make our coin the first abundance-based coin, meaning it's never going to go down in value. We're going to make enough coin to feed the entire world and create abundance for the entire world, because the world is full of abundance. We've just been lied to. And we're going to use our coin as money, just like money is being used today. If it's currency and it's being accepted and the people have faith in it, that's it. Okay, the difference is, like I said, a few currencies are now going back to becoming money by backing their currencies up by gold. Russia and China and Venezuela. Okay, cryptocurrencies are like gold and silver. And they're just a lot easier to deal with, to hold, and to use than, you know, if we actually went back to gold and silver coins and had to carry those around with us everywhere. Okay, so you understand that. So cryptocurrency is like having a Visa card, a MasterCard, debit card, but there's no third party that's controlling everything. That's controlling what you think is your money, but it's really theirs. Okay, so we decided that we wanted that control, and that's the way we are. And we're now 2 years from when we started the system. And our creators got 100, and I think there was 100, an extra 71, and they called them stakeholders. And they were allowed to come in and purchase, I think, 100,000 coins for like 1/10 of a penny each. So it was like $100. It just was crazy, right? But that's the way all coins start out, really dirt cheap. And then it goes from there. But the admin wanted to know who these 100 people were. Again, we're looking for like-minded people. We're looking for people that are not selfish, they're generous, and they're not greedy, okay? And they believe in our mission statement. So that's where it started, 171 people. In March 21st of 2016, a year later is when I got involved, is when I discovered it. And a few days after the first year anniversary, which was about to, well, I made my first purchase of Kringles, which is a division of the coin, of the billion coin, excuse me. Like Satoshi is what they call a division of, or pieces of the Bitcoin. Kringles is what we call ours. The admin likes to call himself Chris Kringle. We just have to have one person that we deal with. The whole team is admin. That's what we call admin. But he likes to, the one that communicates with us every day on the blog, likes to call himself Chris Kringle. So he named the division of his full coin Kringles, because he's Santa Claus. Why? Because he gives the gift out for free. Okay, here's how the algorithm works on our coin. This is what causes our coin to go up in value every day. Every time a member joins, like in the beginning, we based our value on the euro, okay? Because it made sense. Everybody knew what the euro was, okay? So we based our value of our coin on a euro, 1 euro. So every person that joined raised the price of the billion coin by 1 euro. So if 100 people joined in one day, it would raise the price by 100 euros of our coin. Okay, and there was also a part of the algorithm where it could work depending on the growth. It would gain anywhere from 1% to 5% every day. Okay, the value, and they worked together until it matched up perfectly. Okay, so it's a fantastic algorithm, and the more people that join every day, and thousands are joining every day, it raises the price up. You can imagine what the price of that coin is after 2 years. Okay, well, let me get to that. Because 2 years later, we have 3.3 million people in our community. 3.3 million people that have at least some Kringles. And because we've been giving them away, okay, in different amounts over the last 12 months, well, longer than that, since April 1st, I believe, of 2017. So the reason why, obviously, if our algorithm is based on you having the coins, a person having the coin, then that raises the prices of the coin, then we're going to give it to you. Okay? We'll also sell you some if you want more. You can't buy it from admin anymore. He just originally sold those original coins to that 171 people, stakeholders they call them, and then everybody had to purchase from them and so forth and so on. As the membership grew, people had to buy from members who had enough that they could say, yeah, I'll sell you some because it's not going to hurt me. I've got enough. Okay. And plus, this is the whole point. Our coin isn't going to be worth it, and then we're not going to have our own economy until we have enough people with the coin in their hands using it. Okay. So common sense, right? So that is our coin. And we are the only ones so far. There's another one coming next year, okay? There's another one coming that will be on an algorithm. It's supposed to never go on the trading exchange. Their ICO is on an algorithm, okay? They value it by, instead of a person coming in and joining their community, every time a person purchases their coin right now during their ICO, okay, it raises the value just a sliver, just a fraction, right? Because you can divide a coin by 100 million. So it raises the value of the price of the coin just a fraction. The next person that purchases it causes it to rise a little fraction. Next person that purchases it causes it to rise a little fraction. So this coin will never go down in value. It validates what we've been doing for 2 years. Because when we first got it started, people actually thought we were a scam because we weren't on the market exchange. And it was hilarious because when you're on a market exchange, it's not necessarily a scam, but you can certainly, it's certainly a huge risk. It's a casino. A market is a casino. You gamble by putting your money into the market and you hope you're going to make a profit, right? And pull it out before the price goes down and you lose. So to me, that's more of a scam, but it's not really a scam. It's just a casino. But the house always wins, right? And this is another crazy thing about the central banks. They will let you use Visa card, MasterCard. They'll let you use their plastic to go to the casino and lose all the money you want. But they'll tell you, no, don't use Visa or MasterCard to buy Bitcoin. We can't let you do that because we're looking out for you. We don't want you to get hurt or scammed because these cryptocurrencies, they're not real. Well, of course they're not real in their heads. Oh, they are real, but they're warning us because that takes their control away. If humanity switched over to cryptocurrency, it would be the end of the central banking system forever. See, blockchain technology is not going to go away. It's only going to improve like it has improved. And that's why we're migrating. We've created a brand new 2.0 blockchain platform with super speed. Okay. So we're going to put all 3.3 million of our people out of that old blockchain and put them on a new blockchain. We've been doing it already. It will end on July 31st. We're taking our time, making sure everything works as smooth. And so far, so great, right? But now we're going to be able to do transactions at lightning speed all over the world at the same time. It's a game changer. No cryptocurrency can do that. None of the ones at the market cap, Bitcoin can't do that. Okay, if Bitcoin can only do 7 to 10 transactions, 16 at the most per second before it starts to bog down. And we can do the average, say we're doing the same as Visa and MasterCard, which averages 2,000 per second. They can get up to 6,000 before they would slow down. If we could do 2,000 a second and the rest of the coins can only do 7 to 10 a second, that's a game changer, right? That's just one more thing of why our coin will end up being a monetary system globally before any other coin does. So our job as members of this community need to get the information out to you to know what the billion coin is. We are going to assume that most of you know what cryptocurrency is, that most of you are at least familiar with Bitcoin, because it's been around since 2009. And now it's very, very popular. But again, you may not have faith in it because you may not completely understand how it works. You're hearing all these different, people saying, ooh, don't touch Bitcoin or any of the cryptocurrencies, you'll lose your money. And the others is just saying the exact opposite. Use it as an option to protect your wealth, people. Use Bitcoin to protect your wealth. But they won't say, hey, our coin, Bitcoin or any other coin, has a mission behind it to bring abundance to the entire world and to eliminate global poverty. None of them can do that. They can't do that unless they're like the billion coin, which this next coin will be like the billion coin, and it will be successful. And all the coins will end up being like that in the future, because that just makes sense, right? We need money that is real, and the more money that's out there, we don't care what form it is, as long as it's money, it has value, then we can use it. We can all use it. Okay? If it was coffee beans and that was money, we would use coffee beans. Okay? You understand what I'm saying, right? So that's what our coin is all about. And yes, the price is shot through the roof. One TBC coin is now worth $8.4 million. And here's how that system works. I've already told you that every member, and we've got 3.3 million, was used to be based on the euro. So it should be 3.3 million euros right now, right? Well, after 2 years and growing as much as we have, it was time to take the value of our coin off the euro, because it doesn't make any sense to keep it on a fiat currency system, a system that is worthless, that has to go down, it has to disappear. Okay. And so we are now valuing our coin on the value and the price of gold. Okay. So instead of €1 per member of the value going up on our coin, it's 1 grain of gold. Every person that joins now raises the price of our coin by 1 grain of gold. Now, a grain of gold is the smallest measurement of gold that there is. It's smaller than a gram. It takes 480 grains of gold to equal 1 troy ounce of gold. Okay, but here's the fun thing about it. Okay, a grain of gold today is worth twice as much as a euro. It's worth €2. Okay, US dollars is worth about $2.80, $2.70. It's right around there. So we just doubled our money. We just doubled the value of our coin by switching over to the value of gold. So that's why instead of 3.3 euros per coin, it doubled to almost 7 euros, 7 million. And in US dollars, it would be 8.4. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, it is worth 8.4. I guess, because the US dollar is a little bit different than the euro. It's not quite as valuable as the euro. So there's, I think it's like $1.40 or $1, something like that. But the point is, we doubled the price of our coin by just switching over to the value of gold. Okay, and that makes more sense now. And that's what we'll stick to. So the other part of our algorithm is we need to max out the price somewhere, right? At some period of our growth, we need to stop. Okay, well, that's all been done. It's all part of the algorithm. It's the reason why we call ourselves the billion coin, is because we not only are going to make only 1 billion coins, Never a billion and one or more, just 1 billion, that's it. And the algorithm will continue to raise that price until we get to our first billion registered members. And then it will max that price out. Now, obviously 1 billion members would max out the price of 1 billion coins if it was based on the euro to 1 billion euros per coin. Okay. Or say the US dollar was $1.40 equaling to the euro, it would be $1.4 billion per coin. So if you had one coin, you would technically eventually be a billionaire. But because we have switched it over to gold, you will now be worth 2.8 billion when we hit our first billion. Now we'll continue to go after that, but the algorithm stops the price from going up any more than that. Okay. But obviously our purpose is to spread the wealth out over the entire world, because we're going to have enough kringles to create abundance for the other 6.5 billion people on this world. We will. Abundance like they've never known, like you can't even imagine. But here's the power that you and I have right now by getting involved in our community, getting behind this, is that by doing that, you're bringing the people together. You're coming into a community that is just getting larger and larger. It's like when the internet came out. Started out with just a small amount of people, right? What is this thing? And as people found out about it, it matured within 10 years. Then it just went ballistic. Okay? That's exactly what's happening right now. The blockchain technology has been out since 2009. That's 8 years ago, right? 9 years ago. So here we are 9 years later, and the masses are pouring in to the cryptocurrency industry, if you want to call it an industry, a community, I guess. It's just that a community that really doesn't have much going for it, in the sense that nobody knows who else has Bitcoin, okay? Nobody knows the exact amount of members or users of Bitcoin. We can only kind of average it by watching what's going on with the trading exchanges. And so therefore they say that right now there's about 12 million people using Bitcoin, okay, which is the top coin on the market and the most expensive coin on the market. Even if it was, say, at $7,000 today, and I don't know what it is today, but say it's $7,000 per coin, that's the highest price coin, okay? And 12 million people, and they've already got a small economy. They're able to use Bitcoin at merchants and businesses, right? Certain ones. Enough that they have a small economy. We can use it online. People are using it amongst themselves, but businesses are also starting to accept it, the ones that can. With 12 million. Now we have 3.3 million, but we're about to explode. Okay, we went from 100,000 people when I got involved 12 months ago, well, a little more than 12 months now, but it was at 3 million 12 months later. 100,000 to 3 million is 30 times growth, right? So if we only grew 30 times again in the next 12 months, and you know we're going to grow a lot faster than that, because not only more people are becoming aware of cryptocurrency, and more people are going to find out about the billion coin, but we've now got the fastest blockchain platform in existence. Okay, so if we just did 30 times that, we'd be at 90 million. 90 million, that's 7 times what 12 million is, right? And imagine the economy we'd have a year from now. 7 times the economy Bitcoin has today. Okay, and then watch what happens. Watch how fast we'll get to 1 billion people from 90 million. We'll get there in another year, 2 years at the most, which will go by just like that. And then we'll have a complete global economy. Nothing can stop us, friends, from doing this. Nothing can stop people from coming together with a mission to get something done. We know that. It happens all the time when people do that. If you're really interested in just that one little part of eliminating poverty in the world, then you need to belong to our community. What is the cost to belong? Well, after you go back and you get on that back office where you see those paragraphs in the question, in the questions and the answers, you will go through those 10. And you can't fail, because if you hit a false answer, we'll go back and say, read the paragraph again and try again. Okay, so you'll know what the right answer is, because there's only 2 answers for each question. Okay, point is, by reading these 10 questions, it will vet you in or vet you out. It will let you know that you either love our mission and just want to be a part of it so bad that paying $10 for your back office for a year, it's an annual fee, but we throw in a free wallet. The wallet is free, which means, because you can get wallets for free anywhere with blockchains, with cryptocurrencies, but there's a catch. Every time you transact, they charge you a transaction fee. We will give you a wallet free of transaction fees for life. We'll just throw it in there along with that $10 annual cost for your back office, which is your own website, which you'll be able to control and see everything that's going on. You'll belong to our community. It's incredible. And you'll have your own link that you can share and give to your family members, your friends, all your loved ones, so they can come in and get the free gift. What is the free gift? It's 25,000 Kringles, which is currently worth about $2,100. We're giving $2,100 away in Kringles for free to anybody who wants it, anybody in the world, a day-old baby or the oldest person in the world, everyone in the world. We want you to have our coin, because that will create our economy. And nothing can stop the people when they make up their mind, they realize what they want to do, and they have a way to do it. We are a solution. We are more than just an option, which is what all the other cryptocurrencies are. We are more than a backup system that will protect your wealth, your fiat wealth. We are more than that. Okay? We are a solution to eliminating world financial poverty. That's huge, people. Huge. Okay? Most of us can't even comprehend really what that is. We can't comprehend it. It's just like, no, that can never happen. The poor will always be with us. The spiritually poor will always be with us. But it doesn't say in the Bible about financially poor being with us. Not to mention, Jesus says his words are spiritual. Okay, not to be taken literal, physical. Always spiritual. They can be meaning both, but you better not take it out of spiritual context. It's not really context, but you better not, you better not leave out the spiritual part of it, or you're going to understand his words, misunderstand his words. Okay, you're going to get caught up in physical things, which is ridiculous. Okay, that was all that physical stuff was under the old covenant. Okay, the Old Testament. And he didn't say to get rid of the Old Testament, right? He just said keep them separate. Okay. So we as Christians, if you're Christian, like I am, I'm biblical Christian. Whether you're biblical or secular, you supposedly believe in Jesus Christ as your Savior, right? And you are under the New Testament. You are under that new covenant, okay? So if you're still following the old law, read Romans. Read what Paul says to the Romans. He explains how not to do that, Okay, it will only cause you to stay in a fallen state. Okay, so as Christians, though, and as Muslims, and as even the Jews, we believe in a God, okay, and we believe in that old covenant at least. Okay, Christians believe in the new covenant and live under the new covenant. That's what makes us Christians. There's a difference between the Christian religion and Islam and Jewish, right? Okay, but anybody, any religion, Hindu, Buddhism, any religion that would not be comfortable with poverty in the world, not be comfortable with oppression of the people, excuse me, in the world, belong with the billion coin. Okay? Patriots in every country of the world belong and need to find out about the billion coin so they can join. Read those questions. You'll be forced to before you pay a dime, because we don't want your money. Okay? In fact, we won't take your currency. The admin actually gets that $10. Okay, common sense. Okay, you'll get your coins if you want to buy extra coins and work yourself up and get these promotions and these rewards that can get you a whole coin for practically nothing. Because again, that's what we're all about, getting the coin into your hands. We're not about making money. We're about creating our own money. The billion coin, the Kringle coin. Okay, so admin doesn't accept fiat currency. You can't use PayPal or MasterCard or Visa to pay your $10 fee. You have to send him Bitcoin. He'll accept Litecoin and Ethereum. Okay. But if you want extra Kringles, if you want to buy actual Kringles, then you have to buy it from a member of our community that has enough that they can afford to buy it, to sell it to you. Like one of us broadcasters, we have plenty enough to sell you what you want. And there's rewards for doing that, because we've got to get the coin into your hand. We are creating a million billionaires. A million billionaires. Now, if you're wondering and you haven't watched any of my videos and you're watching this for the first time and you're curious about how many billionaires there are in the world right now, well, there's 2,200, a little over 2,200 as of today. 2,200 billionaires, people that have at least 1 billion or more. Okay, supposedly Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, got the most billions, like 127 or 134. I don't know what it is. It goes up and down because he's on the market too, and of course he's got a business that you don't know. It's on the market. Okay, but he's pretty much ahead of everyone else. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all those others. But the fact is, there's only 2,200. And there's 7.6 billion people in the world. That's the problem. You see? Just realizing that is a problem. You'll realize, oh my gosh, 2,200 people, and now since 2016, they have more of the wealth than the rest of us. Okay? Well, things are changing. Okay? Things are changing, and all you have to do is have your eyes open a little bit to realize, well, guess what? It looks finally like the people are going to get their money back. And this is how we can make it happen, and this is where we're going. And I want to be a part of it. That's what we can do now. We can take our money back, and instead of the central bankers owning our politicians, which then means they own our government, which then means they own us, we can own our politicians like the Constitution was set up in this country. We can own our government, and we control our country. We, the people. We, the people. And we, the people, can do anything we want, build anything we want, provide for each other in every way possible. Have complete and total abundance. Everything, food, water, everything, you name it, everything. Okay? Because we've been lied to. And there's plenty for everyone. So please, go and look under the description of this video, in the description of this video, below this video, and click on the billioncoin.info, and you can find out all about our coin, this algorithm, how it works, how it's set up, calculators. You can find out about the wallet system. You can find out, you can look at the blog, which the admin has been posting posts on the blog every day since the coin came out. Okay, and usually more than one post. And that's very, very educational, because he always will put on posts that have videos and articles that are extremely educational when it comes to the monetary system and how we've been controlled. That is an education in and of itself if you haven't already become educated through other ways. Okay, so, and you can find the broadcast schedule. Over there on the right, top right of it, you'll see a tab called broadcast. You click on that and it will pull down a broadcast schedule, and you can look at the time zone you're in and see if there's somebody online. Because if you have a question, you could get it answered, which reminds me. Let me go over and see if anybody has any questions. Put my glasses on because I can see. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me again. Brian, Stephen, Sharon, Romeo, Joe Stevens. You guys are awesome. No questions. Okay. But you understand that you can go back and you can click on that broadcast tab on our main site. And if there's somebody doing a live broadcast right then, you just click it on and you can write what you want, your question right there. And they will answer it. If they're paying attention to it, they can answer it. And you can get an immediate answer. Otherwise, you can just watch some of the old ones. I mean, you can watch the one that was on 5 minutes before by just clicking on, because it's always going to be on our YouTube channels, those of us who do broadcasts. So you can get all your questions answered. Not only that, but you will answer 10 questions. So you're going to know before you spend a dime, people, whether this is for you or not. Because believe me, if you come in, you're going to be gung-ho. Really, you're going to be gung-ho, and you're going to be thrilled. This is life-changing. It's been life-changing for me, for all of us here that are currently involved in the community that are aware of what we're doing. Now, many of us not many of us, but lots of our members got that free gift, and then they walked away because they didn't put any value on it. We were just giving it away free. There was no $10 charge. It was optional, only if you wanted that back office. Okay. But those of us who understood the system, we grabbed that back office as soon as they made it available to us. We understood what it was all about. We understood that giving that gift out was going to get the coin out in people's hands and create value for our coin, which it did. But a lot of those people didn't understand fully, and they didn't stay in contact, and we're contacting them now. Because if they don't migrate from the old blockchain over to the new, they're going to lose whatever gift, the value of that gift is now. And the value has gone up ever since they've been getting it, depending on when they got it over the last 12 to 15 months. But we're going to continue to give that gift out. It's not going to end until we're done. Okay. And like I said, it's worth $2,100. But you don't get it unless you really understand the system so much that you have no problem in sending $10 of Bitcoin or Litecoin and Ethereum to admin and getting involved. And then you'll see it in your cookie rewards. That's what we call them, cookie rewards. Okay, we have all kinds of promotions. And cookie rewards is our biggest promotion to date. But these cookie rewards is a point system so that we don't lose coins like we did on the old system. So we came out with that, and it's awesome. Okay, because when we have a redemption period, which we just got done with, well, what's today's date? 12th. It will be done in 3 days. The next one will be in the whole month of November. We have them every 5 months. And during the whole month of November, you can push a redeem button right there underneath your cookie rewards. I don't know how many you'll have by then if you're coming in, but we have ways to get them to you in your hands. Okay. And you can exchange those for the exact same amount of Kringles or full TBC coins. I'm telling you, our ship has not left. 2 years, our ship is still docked in the bay. Okay, it's still docked on the pier, whatever you want to call it. We're still here. The ship is still here. That's why we are so different. Okay, that's why this thing is changing our lives of the people that get involved in us, with us. So thank you for watching and listening to me. And I hope you learned something. And I hope if you're new that you will go down and check us out, because if you're like-minded in any way, you have any kind of feelings for poor people, that's all it takes. We want you. Okay, come and look at our questions. And if you can get through the 10 questions and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, then you'll join us. Welcome. I want to welcome you already. Okay. We're going to accomplish this with or without you. Do you understand? That is what we're doing. But if you're like-minded, you can be part of that first billion. Because after we create a first million billionaires, and there's a special way you can do that. I won't get into that today. But you can watch my video from yesterday, because I do talk about it yesterday. Or did talk about it yesterday. And that would be the 11th. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, after we create our first million billionaires, we're going to create a billion millionaires. And these will be multimillionaires and, of course, multi-billionaires. Okay. A billion millionaires. How many millionaires do we have in the world? I don't really know. I looked it up one time, but I can't remember. It was 30,000 or if it was 300,000 or even if it was 3 million millionaires. But it's, again, ridiculous because $1 million really isn't that much. But we were talking about anybody who had up to 999 million, they weren't considered a billionaire yet, right? So we had a certain amount, but it's ridiculous compared to 7.6 billion people on the earth that are not millionaires. They don't even have 1 million. Their entire estate, their entire worth is not even worth 1 million. We have tons of them right here in America. Okay. We're changing all that. Join us. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. And I'm scheduled to be here again tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Same time, same place, same channel. 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Standard Time. Broadcasting from the great Las Vegas Valley. Home of the Golden Knights hockey team. Okay, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.